Hi everyone, it's day 7 update. Things are starting to turn a little bit yellow, which means bruising is starting to dissipate a little bit, which is great. Bandages come off at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon with Dr. Roy. We're really looking forward to that, and I'll take you on the journey as I get that done tomorrow. I wanted to touch on just a few reasons why I've had this done, and I really appreciate everyone's very beautiful and lovely comments that maybe I didn't need to get this done. And I really am very grateful and thankful for all of your wonderful encouragement around, how I look. We all know that we're insecure about how we look, etc., etc. But I really appreciate all of the support. It's fabulous. I wanted to just clear up why I've gone for this procedure, and that would be because up to the age of 52, I still had a fair degree of estrogen in my system. Obviously, from 50 to 52, I'd completed and gone through the menopause, and estrogen had left the building, gone. Now, up until from 40 to about 50 or 52, I regularly, on a regular basis, had Botox here, here, occasionally here, and later on in the sort of last few years, just here and my neck bands. And it was great. I get that really gorgeous lift here. It was just beautiful. There'd be no wrinkles here. I get 4 months or 5 months, sometimes 6 months in the early days out of my Botox. It was all good to go. Occasionally I'd have fillers, not very often, a little bit maybe in my lips, maybe a little bit here, that sort of thing. Certainly I had lots of Botox here for the unhappy married lines, for those who are Chinese understand what I'm saying. But yeah, the effect was really good. I did notice that, as I got older, the effect wasn't as fantastic as it was, initially when I got it done, and also that Botox didn't last as long. So up until this time last year, I was probably getting a month max out of my Botox. I'm a big fan of Korean Botox. I think I mentioned that I'd worked in Ireland, Southeast Asia for a few years and spent a lot of time in South Korea, and the South Koreans are all over this aesthetic thing, and their Botox is really good, and I could get that Botox in Bali. So I found that really worked the best for me, regardless of some of the brand names or whatever. The Korean Botox was the way to go. It stopped really having an effect. I would notice that instead of getting a lift, I was in fact getting this happening. When I was having Botox here, 4 or 5 days later, when you would expect the effect to really be taking effect, there you go, I would get really baggy under my eyes, even though they hadn't gone too far under my eyes. They'd kept to this area. People would constantly be saying to me, "Oh gosh, you look like you need some sleep. You look really tired." So that was a problem. This was good. Still, these lines here would disappear with Botox. Botox in my neck was making absolutely no difference. Didn't matter how much they were pumping in. And the Botox here to sort of lift up my lines was not helping either. So this is when I started doing some research to find out why. And basically the reason behind it is physiology, estrogen. Once estrogen has left the building, there is absolutely no way that you can stop the clock from ticking, and from aging starting to really rev up and move really quickly. And that's what I noticed. The other thing too is that where previously we would paralyze muscles to get this nice sort of refreshed look, once estrogen's gone, whatever muscle you've got, especially up here and around your eye socket, you need to basically keep it and not paralyze it, because it's what is holding everything up at this point in time. So it's almost the reverse to what we would normally have done back in the day. And you don't. This is why I get the droop, because I need this muscle not to be paralyzed, to be lifting up as much as it can. And I would get that sort of saggy, baggy look here, because I was paralyzing the muscle that was basically holding my eye socket where it needed to be. Eye socket, but the skin around the eye socket. I was paralyzing that, and in fact now I need it to do its thing. Any sort of fillers, just for my daughter's wedding in 2020, I had a surgery-free sort of facelift in Perth, which cost me close to $6,000, and I felt that was really good. I got lots of sort of, I felt that my face was fuller. It was probably bit fuller than what I really liked, but it seemed to really help with the jowl thing that was going on and the neck thing that was going on. And I was pretty pleased with that. But again, within 12 months, it was gone. And when I went to sort of go back and see could I get it done again, the cosmetic surgeon sort of said to me, problem now is that it fillers a weight, and the weight will start to pull down on what's already falling down. There's the structure just, it's not going to fill you out the amount you'd need to be injecting to fill something out as you're getting older with less or no estrogen. Sort of gets you to that Madonna stage where you look really sort of puffy. And that's not what I was looking for. So effectively, for me, the only option was to go for this surgery, and for the deep plane neck and facelift. And that's the reason why I did it. At this point, I could have left it for a couple of more years and continue on trying with Botox, etc. Bottom line is, was never going to work. It was only going to make it worse. And that's the research that that I've done that's got me to this point. Not every plastic surgeon is going to tell you that, but the really good ones will explain how the face changes as estrogen is no longer present. Skin changes. We get the turkey wings, and you cut yourself and your skin goes like grandma's skin. This is estrogen. We can do all sorts of things to try and stop the aging process. Absolutely, nutrition, whatever. But estrogen is one of those hormones that you absolutely need to stop the aging process.